Hello guys, it's Nikhil Roby Coleman and I am with Tempo Financing, and here on this channel we teach you guys how to eliminate your debt. I want to thank my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ for allowing me to be here to explain to you guys what this is all about. So today on part 2 I will be describing and explaining to you what is a line of credit, right? So right now, last video I talked about what was a loan, and I explained what was a loan and basically the ordinances and the boundaries of a loan. So now I'm about to explain what is a line of credit and pretty much how it works, or the ordinances and the boundaries of what a line of credit is. So let's get into it. A line of credit, guys, first thing first is a line of credit is simple interest. What is simple interest? Simple interest is literally what it says it is. It's simple and it's interest, right? Simple interest is connected with average daily balance. So you're probably asking the question is, what is average daily balance? Average daily balance is you're getting charged simple interest on your average daily balance. It's like straightforward. So whatever you use on your line of credit for that month, that's what you get charged on for interest. Unlike a loan, you just get charged on what you borrow totally. With a line of credit, you get charged on just what you use on that line of credit. Okay? Average daily balance is you have an average daily balance. So an average daily balance is a daily charge on the balance of what you use in that month, if that makes sense. Okay. So a line of credit is simple interest, and with that simple interest, it comes with an average daily balance. The next on the item list is it's revolving. It's a revolving line of credit. A revolving line of credit is a line of credit that has no schedule. It's revolving. Look up the definition of what revolving is. Revolving is never ending. When something revolves, it just keeps going, and it keeps going, and it keeps going. It never stops. Unlike a loan is non-revolving. Once you pay up what you owed to the lending institution with a loan, you have to do the process all the way back over and restart, fill out a whole new application. You have to fill out a new information and everything to require another loan. Not with a line of credit. A line of credit is just revolving. It just keeps going. It just keeps going. A revolving line of credit does not stop, which is why it is so powerful. That's why this tool is so much unique than any other tool in the lending family, right? In the house of lending. This is the best tool to use because it is revolving, right? So keep that in mind. It's revolving. You don't have to keep filling out new applications to acquire loans. Not with a line of credit. Or a line of credit, it just keeps going. So if you have a $10,000 line of credit, it just keeps going. That $10,000 just keep rolling over and it keep rolling over. As you pay it off, whatever you use, you pay it off, it just keep rolling over. After you paid up the $10,000 on whatever that you used it for, it doesn't say, okay, you paid it up, now go fill out a new application to acquire the same $10,000. No, it just keep going. It just load back up to $10,000 and now you can reuse it again. Simple. Gotta love it. A line of credit is a two-way lending tool. It's two ways. You remember in the last video I was telling you that a loan is like a dead-end street. A loan is like as soon as you put the payment in, it locks. You cannot pull nothing out of the loan, out of the payment. Remember that? With this situation, with a line of credit, it's a two-way lending street, right? So think about being on a highway, right? You can go forward direction and you can go the opposite direction. Same thing with a line of credit. With a line of credit, it works two ways. I can put money in and I can take money out. So for instance, I can make a payment of $500 and turn around after I make that payment for $500, I can take that $500 back out and use it for whatever that I need it for. Right? If I make a payment towards my line of credit, I can put money in. If I put $1,000 in, I can turn around and take $700, $800, or I can take the whole $1,000 back out and use it, and it will satisfy the payment in the line of credit at the same time. So imagine making $1,000 payment towards your line of credit and fulfilling it, and after it's fulfilled, I can turn around and pull that $1,000 back out. We call it a two-way lending tool. It's like a two-way street. I can go forward and I can go backward. I can go in and I can go out. It's just a beautiful tool. It's powerful. That's why we call it a tool. We call it a tool because that's what it is. It is a debt weapon. Keep that in mind. So it's a two-way lending tool, right? And next on the item list is a line of credit saves money in interest payments. It saves, the reason why it saves money in interest payments is because it's based off average daily balance. It's a simple interest tool, right? It's a simple interest system. This system is made for the consumer. This system is made for the people, not for the lending institutions. It doesn't favor the lending institutions. It doesn't favor the banks. It doesn't favor those guys. It favors the consumer, as it should though. So that's why we encourage you to come to the line of credit side. That's what we do with our clients here at Tempo Banking and Tempo Financing. We teach our clients about Tempo Banking, right? Because this is the answer to the solutions that you have, right? This is the answer to the things that you truly need to acquire the true financial freedom. So with that being said, your interest payments, you're going to save money in interest payments because it's charging you off an average daily balance, instead of with this, it's charging you based off the original principle of what you borrowed for the whole life of the loan. In this situation with the loan, it's charging you off the original principle, which is the original what you borrowed, the original debt. It's charging you that throughout the life of the loan. Not here. This only charges you based off what you use inside of the line of credit at that moment in that time. So whatever you did in January, it's basing you off what you did in January. Whatever you did in February is basing it off whatever you did in February. But with a loan is charging you. With a loan, if you require that loan in January, when you get to November, they still are charging you the same interest, the same payment, right, from what you borrowed back in January. Not here. If you with the line of credit, whatever that you got in January, it's not going to be the same payment of what it's going to be in November. That's why this is the best tool to use for your debt record, right? Next, payments reduces principal balance, then interest is charged at the end of the cycle. What does that mean? For instance, if I have a line of credit that's $10,000, right? If I have a line of credit that's $10,000, a revolving line of credit for $10,000, right? If I got that, right? And I use 5,000 of that 10,000, I'm not getting charged on the 10,000. I'm only getting charged on the 5,000, right? I hope this thing is coming to life a little bit for you. So with the line of credit, if I have a $20,000 line of credit and I only use 5,000, I'm not getting charged on 20,000. I'm only getting charged on that 5,000 for that month on what I use. That's all I'm getting charged on. I'm not getting charged for the whole 20,000, right? That's the key. That's the key. If it was a loan, if you borrowed $20,000 on a loan and you only use, we talking about over here, if you borrowed $20,000 on a loan and you only use $7,000 of it, they still charging you the interest and the payment off the $20,000. That's how they winning. That's how they manipulating the people. The lending institutions, the banks, when it comes to loans, it's all about manipulation. It's all about optic illusion. It's an optic illusion, right? And it's all about being subtle, right? Being subtle in their approach to confidently take your money. And the reason why we take the loan over this is because we don't know any better. We're not educated. We're not educated to know this stuff. You know? So that's why I'm here screaming to the world, begging and pleading the world, come to the right side. Come get this line of credit. Because I already said in the last video, 90% of Americans have some form of debt. So don't be walking around here like you don't got no debt. Don't be walking around here like you ain't got no problems. Don't be walking around here like you ain't got things that you're going through. Because you do. You do. Even the richest people got problems. Even the most wealthiest people has problems. So don't walk around here with your head up thinking that you don't have problems. When deep down, internally, you know you have problems. You know you're dealing with debt. You know you have some form of debt manifesting in your household. So we're not going to play this game like I have it all control, like I have it all under control when you don't. Be vulnerable in this situation. Be honest with yourself. Look yourself in the mirror and say, I'm not right. Because you're not. Look yourself in the mirror and tell yourself, I can do better. Because you can. And that's what I'm here for. So take heed to this video. Take heed to what I'm telling you. Listen to my words. Don't worry about my face. Don't worry about what color skin I am. Don't worry about none of that. Listen to my words. It makes sense. So listen, right? A lot of people get caught up on where the message is coming from or who's talking, who's telling the message, instead of just listening to the message. Listen to the message. The message is a line of credit, right, reduces principal balance, then interest is charged at the end of the cycle. That's the message. That's part of this message. So you're only getting charged on what you use, not what you acquired from the original, right? That's what a loan does. A loan charges you based off what you got from the original of what you borrowed. Not a line of credit. A line of credit only charges you based off of what you use according to what you borrowed. So let me make it plain for you. According to what you borrowed $10,000, right? But we only charge you off based off what you use. You only use 3,000 of it. So for this month, we're only going to charge you interest on the 3,000 and not the whole 10,000. That's beautiful, man. That's beautiful. Next, a line of credit is an unsecured line of credit, right? It's an unsecured line of credit, which means it's non-collateral. This is so important. Non-collateral. To acquire a line of credit, you don't need to put nothing up for collateral. You don't have to put up your car. You don't have to put up your house. You don't have to put up your boat. You don't have to put up none of your possessions to acquire a line of credit. That's the beautiful thing about a line of credit. You don't have to put up none of those things. It's non-collateral. It's unsecured. That's why it's so beautiful. When you go to get a loan, you have to put up something for collateral. You gotta put up something, car, house, some sort of your possessions. You have to put up in order to acquire a loan, right? But with a line of credit, this helps the consumer. This helps us. Lines of credit are on our side. This helps us. So a line of credit is non-collateral. I don't have to put up my car. I don't have to put up my home. I don't have to put up any of that for collateral to acquire a line of credit. In later videos, I will tell you what you need to get a line of credit. Yeah. And I will let you know how many different lines of credit it is out there for you to acquire. That's been there for you since the late 1800s. This stuff been around since the late 1800s. It's been here. And it's gonna be here when you die. And it's gonna be here when your kids grow up. And it's gonna be here when they die. And it's gonna be here when their kids grow up and when they die. So why not take control now so you can pass it down from generation to generation so that you can move forward and develop true wealth, right? And unlock your financial freedom through a line of credit. My financial advisors never told me anything like this. My accountants never told anything like this to me. I had to find this out on my own. And with the help of Jesus Christ. I bumped my head enough times to figure out what's going on with my finances. I took control. I went to the ends of the earth to find this type of stuff. This stuff is not easy. You have to really sit down and you have to really look into this stuff to understand what is it going on, what is it that's going on with my situation. I kept looking at loans, man, and I was just like, what's going on? Like, how is it getting me? How am I being manipulated? And then it came to me. It came to me. Amortized schedule is how they getting me. And amortized schedule is how they getting you too. That fixed monthly payment, that's how they getting you. It's optic illusion. They're making it seem like what you're paying is doable, but the whole time they're stealing money through you. They're stealing money from you through interest. And that's why I'm telling you to come on this side, is because you're going to pay interest. This because it says it's going to reduce, right, the principal balance. Then interest is charged at the end of the billing cycle. So you're going to pay some interest regardless, because these are lending products. These are lending tools. But at the end of the day, you're not paying nearly as much interest you're paying here than there. Man, you're paying a ton of interest getting a loan. But here you're paying, man, little interest, not much at all. And we're going to get into that. We're going to get into that in later videos. So, thank you for listening. And I have some closing thoughts that I want to say. And I want to end you with this. Financial advisors is not going to teach you this, and they never will teach you this, or they never will offer this to you, because it doesn't help them. People are only out for their own good. People don't only care for themselves in whatever situation that they're going through. Because I went through it. Right? These financial experts that come in your face and tell you different things, like they reinvented the wheel. Deep down inside, they're no good. Deep down inside, they just want your money. They just want that monthly fee, that little yearly annual fee that you give them, for them to just turn around and tell you stuff that tickle your ears. I ain't got time for that. I'm a grown man, and I got things to do around here. I'm trying to acquire wealth at the highest optimal level that I can possibly can. So don't play with us. There are some people out here in America that means well, and that want the best for their families and want the best for themselves. But there's people out here that's taking advantage of that. And I can't sit there, I can't take it no more. I gotta speak out. Secondly, take control of your own life and your own finances. Because at the end of the day, nobody cares but you. Thank you for listening. Keep watching the videos. And if you need any help, visit my website at www.tempofinance.org. Say it back over. www.tempofinance.org. Find me there. You can set up a video call or a call, and we can talk about your situation, and we can further help you to acquire a line of credit. We help you. Reach out to us. We are here. We are available. The videos are also on YouTube, and these videos are also on the website. So show your friends, show your family, and let's truly acquire the financial freedom that we are supposed to have.